All right, guys, so we're here at TBM with Motion Raceworks. We're here with Brett LaSala and with Jim Braun, and we're going to be showing you guys what the new brakes are that we're going to be using for the A90s and the G chassis, the G20s, G42s, basically all of them. So we'll show you guys. This is Jim right here. So what you got for us, Jim?
Yeah, so right now we just got our brake kit. So this is going to be for the front right now. So this is going to take one of our F3 calipers for our half-inch rotor. So I know some of the cars a little bit heavier than others, etc. So this was kind of like our best performing on all chassis. So this is a 4-piston caliper, 1 3/4 inch piston bores. You'll see that it's our F3 technology. So center section. This has our big thick center sections. This has our transfer tubes. And then also this, what we're known for and everything is the zero drag technology. So as you release the brakes, as you release the pressure comes off the calipers will actually retract in and give you that free spin movement. Brett's car is available.
Yep.
If you want to go show them real quick.
Yeah. No, that is awesome.
This is kind of like...
And it's like quick, easy to change the pads too, I would imagine, with this little pin.
Yeah.
They just drop right in.
Yeah, so the pads will drop right in. All right, this makes it real easy. They actually just sit on the underside of this pin, sit on the shelf, and they have a lot of movement.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is the bracket setup for this, which is actually kind of crazy to think about. This one is just a regular caliper, but we have a nail mount for it. This is the hat
looks
assembly.
beautiful.
So the hat that's going to go with this setup. This is our 11 3/4 half-inch rotor, and then this is the hat setup. This one. So.
And then the caliper and the rotor and all this stuff, this is everything that TBM's been doing for years. So what's new for the BMW A90 chassis is the hat and the bracket. So it's not like a new...
Yeah, it's not like you're redesigning anything.
Like this is tried and true and tested.
Yeah, this is what you have on your personal car too. Except you have a single piston, correct?
Yeah, so on the rear of a drag car on cars that's sub 3,000 pounds, we'll run 4-piston on the rear and we'll run a 2-piston on the front. So the only advantage of that is now the caliper instead of 4 pounds is 2 pounds. And on a car this, everything is weight related, but on a heavier car, then you're going to need this bigger brake. The other issue too is on the drag cars, we run such a skinny front tire that you're going to have too much brake for that tire, so the 2-piston works well. But
it'll lock it up. That's definitely what you don't want to do.
No, but for this platform, the sticker rotor, this caliper is going to give you the best braking performance. I mean, honestly, you're going to be shocked on how well the brakes work. People, typically you put drag brakes on a car,
right?
Like, I'm going to sacrifice some braking power for 100 pounds of weight savings. It's probably going to be 100 pounds on that car total weight savings.
That's crazy.
But in this instance, you're not. Like you're gonna.
I wish you guys could feel this. This weighs. It feels fake when you hold it in your hand. It doesn't feel real.
Yeah. So the longevity of this rotor will not work. It won't.
What happened to you?
I had a dual. And it sounds, this was actually even before I worked for Motion. I've been an advocate of this brake company since before Motion even owned them, back when the brake man owned them and they were still in California. But the rotors, I mean, they were glowing red, on fire, cars sitting.
Yeah, I'm going to insert the video clip of this guy on fire, basically.
See those lights? Bang, there's the light. Wheels up for Jarvis and Brett LaSala driving out his life in the Stunt Rocket 2.0. 668 at 195 as Brett gets it done. The moonshot for Eric Jarvis, 122, 60 foot on the back tires. And that will take LaSala to the final as he gets the single in the semifinals as your #1 qualifier. Now we got to figure out
went through the traps at like 192. And the parachute's in and open. We were at Bradenton, and I managed to slow the car down and stop the car with a 2-piston caliper and the 4 in the rear. And that's great, that's cool to slow the car down. But to me, the best part was after that. I had called Doug because he wasn't there, and I'm like, hey man, like should I change these rotors? Like, we're gonna race later. And he's like, dude, it's fine. It's what we've always said. It's the technology that goes in it. It's why they are special. It's why they're different.
It's a special material, right? Or the heat treatment that the process has gone to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It's a proprietary.
That is awesome.
But yeah, you'll see a lot of rotors that kind of look like this, but they're not all the same.
Yep.
It's just definitely not the same. And,
that's what separates you guys.
I just kept racing the car. Didn't do anything. We looked at it.
No pad change, no rotor change.
The pads. We went out and raced, and they were fine. I changed the brake fluid after that event because
they boiled.
Preventative maintenance. But yeah, like they're good to go. You'll see sometimes like they had like a little pad on it, and they're like, no, you just scuff them back up. The metal here is still good to go.
That is crazy. Well, we're definitely super excited to be offering something to the new platform especially a very tried and true option, especially that Jim and Brett have tried and put to the test, rigorous.
Yeah.
Especially this car has it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
so everything.
Customers.
Yeah.
Like every, you know, from four-wheel drive F-150s that probably weigh the same as y'all's cars,
Yeah.
honestly. To
Literally,
to that run this.
they're flying bricks.
The same brakes. So you know you're going to be in good shape and that's something that when you hit the brake pedal, you know it's going to work well. You know it's going to be there. And
that's
as important as the weight saving.
That's exactly what we need, man. But do you want to show us a little bit around what what you guys got going on, how everything's made?
Yeah, so kind of the flow of the shop is everything works itself around, and then we go out the door for a
Very cool.
product. So all of our raw material comes in here. Depending on what we're running on what week or what we're doing, you know, for our scheduling, we'll order the material. We usually get drops off about twice a week at this point now.
That is crazy, man.
Not the biggest building, but we do a lot with our
just
time.
so you guys can see how big these. I don't even know what's two. Not even two. They're pipes. I don't even know what cylinders.
6061. You know, it's just bar stock.
Bar stock. There we go. Solid.
Yeah, it's all 6061 bar stock. We range anywhere from down to 4 inches up to 8.5. Depending on some of the truck halves gets pretty big.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
You know, we make everything, so you can see we have an automated saw. Saw just runs. Cuts
Oh wow!
off, right, it just keeps moving. It's all hydraulically controlled. We just shut it off right now, but you know, from there, kind of we go onto our cart, and this is our newer machine. This is our Mazak. When we put in this, we get a completed product.
That is so beautiful, man.
So this is completely done. It's you know, it's a Mazak. It's Integrax 200.
Do you know how much it weighs coming out, or how much this weighs, and then how much it weighs coming out?
Off my head,
Man, this thing is a big difference. Holy moly!
Yeah, it's a significant weight.
Huge difference.
And actually, these are a set of rear A90s.
Oh yeah, there you go.
M2, you know, like
that is
just
sick.
messing around, but yeah, you can kind of see it's just in loading stuff. Start off here. This is a dual spindle, so it'll actually transfer on the sub spindle over there, and that's how it finishes the other side.
So it does it all on its own?
It does it all on its own.
Wow.
All you gotta do is
you just gotta pull it out and load it.
But that'll change here soon because you can see we have Gary over there, our robot.
Oh yeah, I've heard famous Gary, man.
Yeah.
He does everything. He works 24/7. I've heard.
We're gonna add another one, so that way this one will just run lights out.
Have you guys thought of another name?
George. Maybe keep it the G's. We don't know yet. We kind of like just see what's happening. It's a little bit of chaotic right now, just because it's Black Friday sale for us. So
I know. We're the same way right now. And what does this machine do?
So this is milling. So this is what we do. Most of our brackets, we'll do some prototyping or testing over here before we go into full production.
Okay.
So most of our brackets are made on this machine. And really both of these. We do brackets, C-sections for our calipers. Right now we're working on changing over Gary. We were doing our XS3 street brakes, and now we're moving over to our F3.
Very cool.
Like you guys are gonna have in your kits. So this is the
dual piston stuff.
This is an inboard. So Gary does them all.
That's Gary right there.
Yep. So we're swapping over, but you can see, I mean, literally we'll stack this whole thing with forgings, and this is what they start us. So this is our caliper forgings.
Wow.
They literally sit in here. Gary comes by, picks them up, and then puts
So these all come forged and they just get machined down.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is our design, this is our forgings, and basically we order in pallets of forgings.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
We run all of our calipers here. Again, another mill, mostly, you know, brackets. You can see here, like,
Oh yeah.
depending on what it's for.
Man, they come out beautiful, man. So when you guys do the machines, you guys do like, for example, let's just do Mustang all day today, and that's all this machine does all day is Mustangs.
Yeah, we'll pick a quantity that we're going to run, and usually it's, you know, between 40 to 80 brackets, depending on what the application is, because there's a lead time to getting everything coded back in the house.
Yep, and you guys just ship to distributors and stuff like dealers or whatever.
Or we're selling outright right out of here. So,
that is incredible.
yeah,
man.
we kind of, again, we move through the process here. We have a.
Man, you guys sure make a whole lot of.
This is light right now. You should.
Jesus.
We actually just got empty. Normally, we go through a lot of chips, but this is our lathe. So it does all of our pistons, all of our transfer tubes. So like what you saw on the F3 calipers. This is what goes in between. This is one of the things that make our calipers unique. They're not just two pieces of billet machined together. There's a real reason why everything's done the way it is. A lot of it has to do with rigidity. So
that
rigid caliper, strong caliper, gives a good pedal feel. Reacts the same every time. That's kind of door opens, so
Oh, that's cool.
just running. And basically we're just going from one op to the other.
So you guys just flip it and that's it.
Flip it and keep going. This is a really short run.
Wow.
You can kind of see we have F1 forgings, so these are already machined, but these are the little guys.
This is what Brett runs on his car.
Well, most, if you're running a front skinny or something of that nature, or the weight of the car, there's a couple extra things, but this is, you know, about the right size.
A car with no ABS runs that. A car with ABS could run a bigger caliper.
Yeah. And it's really, most of the time with the newer ABS, it all has to do with how it's modulating fluid to each caliper. Because you're not getting the same amount of pressure to each caliper, so you're inputting different amounts of heat into your rotors.
That makes a whole lot of sense.
It's a lot different.
These are all your different spindles and...
Yeah, so we have the different hub kits here. So black side is all of our street kits, and then we have our nickel, which is all of our race side of the house. We have more here that are getting ready to go off the coating. So
that is
kind of all moves around. We sandblast everything on our nickel to give it that unique finish. It also helps with holding tolerances, holding the coating.
So they get put here, he packages them up, and then they get shipped off to get coated.
We have a local coder that'll come and pick them up. They'll bring it back to us. They'll give us, you know, we'll send out a couple pallets at a time.
Yeah, this is incredible, man.
So these are all different rotors and hats, and these are our F-150 truck hats.
Oh yeah.
So this is a unique key end design for, you know, some of the really heavy stuff for the rotors, but these are all going to go to anodize today.
That is so cool, man. You guys literally have a whole process going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we do everything from, you know, we plate our own bolts. We machine these up in Iowa. So these
Oh, wow, it's a bleeder also.
It's a bleeder and it holds it together. Same thing, same on the other
For the
side.
banjo bolt?
Yep, banjo. So all of our bolts, nuts, hard.
That is
Kind
awesome.
of a little bit of everything. So this is our assembly area. So hub kits will be pressing and bearings. You know, this is kind of where we stage all of our hubs, and then they go to be put into different kits, different areas, different applications.
Wow.
So,
You guys have a whole production line.
oh yeah.
And it's all clean, organized, and
Try to
dude.
keep everything as nice as possible.
Yeah, it
all
is.
The guys take a lot of pride in their work. Everyone here.
No,
you know,
it's
racers
very
are
obvious.
passionate about it.
It's very, very obvious. That's awesome.
Every single one of our calipers that we make is pressure tested, usually to 800 psi for 10 minutes at a time, and that's to make sure that the customer gets a leak-free caliper, and we make sure it's functioning, passing all of our tests, etc. So Jeff's hooking up
My name is Jeff.
a set of calipers right now. Looks like F1.
This is a whole little...
Master setup. It's air. They'll run it, they'll bleed it, and then you know, we'll push it through, and we'll make sure that they're completely seal-free and ready for the customer.
And then from here, basically, they're ready to go after he's give his stamp of approval.
Yep, they're ready to at least get boxed up. So we'll have our boxes, and we'll put them in boxes. We date them to make sure, you know, that we want to make sure that we don't have calipers that have been sitting for too long or things like that.
Right, makes sense.
Customer gets them, etc. So that way we can help identify any problems or concerns if there is to be. But really, from here, this all gets put into on the shelves for stock, and then from there, when we get an order, we pick and pull and make the.
Man, he has one of the most important jobs here. Make sure that they don't leak. Literally, it is the most important job. It looks simple, but it's literally the most important job.
Jeff assembles them, puts them together. I mean, it's the consistency that he has and the pride that he takes in his work is just
Yeah, dude, this is
all these guys. Here are just-
awesome.
they're just
Awesome,
getting it.
awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate all the hard work, man.
My pleasure. So kind of, you know, there's a couple rotors, a couple hardware. Some of these are for different applications. We do a ton of different things.
But I imagine some rotors could be interchangeable to other vehicles too.
Yep, we do a lot.
So you
of
guys
that.
just change the hats essentially.
Change the hats, different offsets, brackets, things like that.
Makes sense.
So, you know, there's a couple different
So
sizes.
this would be
shapes.
like the street stuff that's vented.
Yeah, so actually they're in these boxes, but very same similar design. So this is an 810 thick vented rotor, our spec on the vanes as far as cooling and
Very.
you know, kind of how the rotor acts.
And then a race one would
The
be.
race one will be down here. We keep most of our race ones, but you know, like anything, here's a 12 and a half.
Yeah,
That's what
just
we
so
use on
people
all the
could see the
trucks.
difference, how it's a solid versus a vented street. So people could actually see the difference, understand what it is.
On the back side, we have our laser. So we didn't really touch much on the street brake stuff, but all of our block lineup is for our street brakes. We can see our vented rotor and things. So
That is awesome, man.
again, same thing. Guys test everything that we send out, you know, before the customer can get it. Here's brackets, some brackets, all different applications. So this would just be more of like our street brake side of the house. And then if we cross over here, a nice bolt rack that we do all of our kits with. And then we have tons of brackets.
Holy moly, man.
Just between a little bit of anything and everything from...
What kind of cars do you guys mainly focus on, or do you guys basically just do basically any application?
We will do any application, especially if there's a lot of interest in it.
So basically, you just need a spindle, basically, or
knuckle assembly, spindle. Sometimes we'd like to get a car in. If we have access to a car, that's always the best because whatever suspension components are in the way,
right.
Or maybe there's a bracket that hangs off of somewhere else. You get
Makes
to
sense.
Make sure that you get 100% fitment. Customer has no problems; they can just bolt it on again.
Right. Makes sense.
Our back over there, we have a ton of knuckle and spindle assemblies over there. Because we also want to test fit, verify.
Yep. No, it makes 100% sense.
We pre-kit all of our hardware, so kind of like you saw on your table. These are all different.
So basically, the guy that orders a kit, they just look for the part number, just grab box it,
put everything together, grab your calipers, grab your rotors, grab your hats.
And you guys have it down to a science.
So we definitely try to make it
super organized,
as
man.
efficient as we possibly can.
Yes, that's the word, efficient. That's the
nice
word, man.
Literally, we have brackets overflowing.
And the shop dog, that's V.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got shop dogs.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is Jake. He's our logistic guy. Well, that's Jason, but Jake usually sits back here.
Okay.
And he's the one that'll, when UPS comes, we'll box everything up, we'll kit everything, we'll get it ready to go, and then go out the door.
That is amazing, man.
Here's all of our brake rotors, our race rotors. So we have everything from this is a 12.5 half inch
Holy
for
moly,
something
that's
like
big.
a truck.
Yep.
Any of
Thing
our
is
truck
huge.
stuff, and then we have all the way down to like what you see on Brett's car, which is a 10 3/4 thin. So
Oh yeah, that is super
it's only
thin.
about 310 thick.
It's crazy that's literally what stopped this car.
Yeah. Well, it's a, somebody might think, oh, that's a cool shape or something like that, but literally that shape is designed to take the heat input, stop the car, and then return to its same shape and flatness, without warping or any other section.
There's a science behind it.
There's a very big science behind it. But brake pads, right? So we have F3 brake pads, F1. These are different calipers that we have boxed.
And what changes between like F1, F3s? Is it just the size of it?
Yep.
So the compound is it the same?
This compound's the same. These are our number 1 compound pads. So this right here is just, this is literally what's in the front of Brett's car. This little guy.
So small, man.
But it's still powered by the same 1 3/4 piston, right? There's a lot of surface area.
Wow.
There's a lot of power behind the caliper setup that we have.
They're tested, tried and true.
But 5 people that race and care about our product.
That's it, man.
That's the big thing. But we also
The guys that run them are the ones that actually race these cars. It's not just a Joe Schmo that used to be a banker and now just does little packaging.
El Toro here, they might, you might see Tanner driving it. You might see Gage back there. Gage is a very decorated bracket racer.
That's awesome.
It's kind of like
everybody that works here are dedicated racers. Like this is what they live, eat, and breathe.
It's cool too. Like some of our spindle mount wheels, these are our wheel speed sensor kits.
Oh, very cool.
Bolt right on. Now we have a good application, and then also we have our wheel speed sensors themselves, which I guess we move. But normally they're up here. They're just a small sensor that goes inside the brake bracket.
Very cool.
Most of our brake brackets come with the wheel speed already integrated into them. So all you have to do is just buy the sensor, install it, and now you've got reliable front wheel speed.
That is incredible. So that's basically essentially everything that has.
And there's hats galore on this, and then
hats on hats.
Yeah, we have a lot of hats. This way we have stuff there. We're small building,
and
but
you
we do
guys
a
know
lot.
that we run Pro Torque in our car, and the owner of Pro Torque is Chris Miller, which is the one that builds all of our A90 transmissions and G80, all of our pure drivetrain solutions. And they happen to work together with them as well.
Yeah, we run all of their, torque converters in our cars, flex plates. We have a lot more rotors coming back.
Literally, doesn't end
rotors
here.
Get coated. All of our street rotors get coated, so that's coming back from coating right now.
And thank you guys for showing us, and we're super excited to be offering it to the public very, very soon. And let's go sevens and stop in with brakes and with parachute.
Really excited to get in this platform, honestly.
Yes, it's a huge platform.
How fast you guys are going with the cars, it's incredible.
Yep.
And how quickly that progressed. I think a lot of people forget, like, they see, an 8-second or a 7-second car.
To think in less than 1 year, we are going 770s. In less than 1 year.
What other platform? It's an impressive platform. So I'm really excited to be, getting involved in it and getting you guys in it.
Thank you. We really appreciate it, man. Hopefully it brings a whole lot more progress to both you guys and us as well.
Yeah, I hope I hope it's a good relationship. It's nice to get involved in new platforms, different people, and let them experience the difference.
Exactly, and I'm thankful that they're local, somewhat local.
Yeah.
They're just a couple hours away from me, and happy to bring them a car so they can test it, make sure all the fitment's right. So for you guys, everything works out perfect.
So I'll show you something that's cool, right? Like Brett's car here, we always talk about the zero drag, right? So this is the rotor setup, and it's like,
Literally, he's not touching it.
Yeah.
You don't even hear the caliper touching either.
this is a well-used brake setup.
Literally,
These are old.
well over 200 miles an hour.
It's pretty cool. It's just one more thing to help, get the car a little bit quicker, be more consistent, just a little bit of everything.
Every
All
little
that
bit of
up.
less drag adds up, man.
That's it. And front and rear. That's
Yes, absolutely. But thank you, Jim.
of course.
Appreciate it, man.
Take it easy, bud. Thank you.
So we're dropping off the M340 now. They're going to be doing the brakes. Brett and Jim, they're going to be tearing it up. They're going to be throwing these pieces of junk away from Vargas with the Willwoods. Right away, I want them to record it so everybody can see it. They're going to be throwing these things away, especially this one. This is the leaky one. You can see the fluid right there. It's already leaking. These things are going straight in the garbage. And he said he's going to get a video of it. They're going to be thrown in the dumpster. I don't want these things near the car anymore. But yes, thank you guys so much for the help. Very, very much. So next time we see the car, it's going to have that something 3. What was it? F3?
F3.
F3. There you go. It's going to have the F3 calipers and rotors, their whole kit that we're going to be offering to the public. So this is going to be their test car that they're going to be fitting to make sure the brackets and the adapters work. So if anything needs to be done, they have the machines to do it. So thank you again, guys. We really appreciate it.
We'll get the weight comparisons and we'll videotape the install so that way you can share it.
Yes, sir.
See how it's done.
Appreciate it very, very, very much. So next time we see the car, it's going to have some new brakes that's going to be out for the market, guys. Thank you. All right, guys, so we are back. It's been roughly a week. I had to leave the car because they had to remake some brackets in the rear of the car. The front ones were good, but we're back here at TBM, so let's go see the car right now. Here it is, guys. Over here at TBM with the new brakes. This looks incredible, guys. These are the new F3s. And they look like they cleaned the wheels too for me. Came out super good. I love this car. Came out fan-freaking-tastic. Brett did a killer job on the installation. I brought the guys some energy drinks. Hopefully they have enough room in there.
There's nothing
No,
to see
you gotta
here.
keep them hydrated.
Yeah. Keep them hydrated.
Yeah, there's enough room in there.
Now, I leave the best one.
You guys are good now. I'll blur that out for the YouTube. I don't want to get demonetized.
Those are all the Dasani waters. No big deal. They're just in cans.
That's the one way to do it.
That's Franke's girlfriend. That's December.
Oh my
You guys see
goodness,
one
y'all are a
big
trip, man.
We gotta keep that out of our photos in the background. You never know.
Whenever your girls are texting, hey, can I see you guys at work?
Don't worry about her.
Don't worry, just a visitor.
Motivation Monday.
So how did it turn out, guys?
Really good.
It looks fantastic,
It's
right?
pretty
I took a peek out there. Looks so good.
It's solid.
Yeah?
It's a well-worth upgrade.
Good, man. Was there a lot of modifying to do?
Not so much. We get the difference between CAD model, which is a perfect representation of what everything should be.
It's a reality.
That's why we always want the car or the knuckle to just verify, because casting, you can range 30 or 40 thou.
Yep.
Well, that changes, caliper offset, rotor spacing, things like
Absolutely,
that. So we
man.
just wanted to triple check to make sure everything, and we did. We had to make a small change on one of the brackets, and then we were able to verify fitment on our rear bracket, which actually came out perfect. So
Sweet, man.
we were really happy with,
Awesome.
the consistency of the, BMW, A90 Super forgings, because that gives the customer a better experience.
Good, man.
Right.
Can we take a look at it?
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
This thing came out so... You guys got your Starlink out here?
Just backup internet.
But these things came out so beautiful and so perfect. Literally. You got to try it yet on the street?
We drove it around a little bit.
How'd
just
it
to make
feel?
sure. Feels really good.
Yeah, solid?
We need you to go for a ride.
Yeah, we'll go together on a ride.
So, and then the rear, we were able, it doesn't have an anodized or a plated hat on the rear right now. because we were able to
No, that's
verify
fine.
fitment on everything. But when we get the next batch back,
These
you'll
things
get
still came out great,
we'll
man.
send you a nice hat. That way it's all plated and matching.
No, they look fantastic, bro.
But yeah, what's crazy, so the front, we don't know the factory weights of the factory brakes.
Right.
I think you're going to grab that for us.
Yep, I will.
But the fronts came in just under 12 pounds per side. So
That's
it'll be
amazing.
22 pounds, you know.
Did you guys
little
get to
under.
compare what it was similar to what was on there before?
No, we didn't do that yet, but we can. We still have them.
Okay, you guys didn't throw them out yet?
No.
Oh, we got to get that on video, throw it out.
And then the rears come in because the fronts use a 1/2 inch. It's what we call our medium duty rotor. So it's a little bit more robust for the weight of the car, you know, and things like that. And then we have our rear, which uses a 3/8 rotor. And those come in right at 11 pounds.
Wow.
So,
I think you said you have the stock ones here or no? Or you just have a knuckle
we
only?
just have a knuckle only.
Got it,
Yeah,
got it. Well, I'll get you the weights of all the OEM stuff. So,
definitely. That'd be really cool to
so you
compare.
said 11 in the rear?
11 in the rear, just under 12 in the front.
Wow, that'd be a sick comparison.
That's going to be pretty good. So, and yeah,
Man.
I mean, I'm excited to take a ride.
Yeah, let's do this. Take a ride in the car, man. Let me see what map's it on. Let me get in the middle. Ready?
Yep.
How's that feel?
That's sick. This thing's fast.
You ready? Dude, I literally just laid some 4-wheel drive 11s on there, bro.
This thing is fast.
Oh,
Holy
this thing
shit.
is rowdy. That was my first time ever doing a street launch.
Dude, what an
hopefully
amazing
neighbors
car.
don't mind.
No, neighbors are super cool. Oh, man.
These brakes are amazing.
It definitely gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, they do. Me too.
Yeah.
These brakes are amazing, bro.
It's good.
It stopped so good. So good, man.
You can really hear the rotor's noise because of the shape, with how kind of quiet the car is.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking. I did that before. I was like, yo, what's that noise? I've never heard that. He's like,
Yeah.
It's the rotor swept area.
Yeah, it's kind of alarming.
Yup. Dude, it's so good, bro. You want to get us a video of me launching?
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll turn around.
Yeah, turn around and go down the other way.
This thing is wild, bro.
Yes, it is.
Man, this is no joke. This thing is no joke. It's just a 4-door.
Yeah. Yep. Can't beat that.
This thing's
Bro, I think I did 4-wheel drive burnout.
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty rowdy.
Very nice. High five.
There's no doubt about that.
Hello.
Don't mind us. Neighbors are cool. They're
Yeah,
cool.
no, I asked her, like, oh, I hope your neighbors are fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've done a couple burnouts on this street, as you can kind of tell. It's kind of like a little drag strip at this point, so.
Bro, that was awesome.
We got some heat in the rotors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Dude, that was
What a
amazing.
sick car.
Thank
Seriously,
you,
this
guys.
thing's sick.
Appreciate it, man.
It's-
It's just a typical 4-door.
Yeah. Is it a dud?
It's a dud, bro. It's a dud.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, back when I used to do street racing in
Yeah.
Connecticut, one of the guys were like, "Hey, this car's a dud, bro." I'm like, "It ain't a dud." Watch, line it up.
Yeah. So it's kind of a small joke, inside
Yup,
joke
it's an
deal.
inside joke with
Yeah.
the New York, Connecticut guys.
Yeah, okay.
They call it a dud.
All right. Well, you'll have plenty of stopping power now for the dud with the parachute and the brakes. So.
Dude, this thing is a ripper, bro. These brakes are incredible, man. Thank you guys
Yep. No problem.
so much,
We
bro.
appreciate it.
Thank
So.
you. Appreciate it very much.
As you can see, the front brakes are removed. Went ahead and cleaned the hub surface with a wire brush, and we're going to install our rotor. The rotor does have a provision and was included with a bolt to attach the rotor to the hub, just like the factory. As you can see, this vehicle has an aftermarket stud kit put in, but your Supra BMW may use bolts. So again, we'll use the bolt included to hold the rotor to the hub for assembly, and then you put your wheel on, ready to go. Okay, so we have a rotor attached to the car. Now it's in time to install the brake caliper. This kit is a little different. If you've installed other kits, you're going to install the caliper bracket to the caliper before you put it on the car, because the bolts come in from the behind and the knuckle's in the way and you can't get to them. So we went ahead and attached the bracket to the caliper, and again, we use red Loctite on these threads because this is something that you don't want to come apart, and you're not going to have to take apart after this goes on. Anyway, to service the caliper, you're going to remove the big two outer bolts. Now the brake bracket is the same left to right, so it does not matter which one of these goes on which caliper, but the calipers are a left and a right. The bleeder screw wants to be on the top when the caliper is bolted on, so you can bleed the brake properly. So now this is assembled to here. I'm gonna go ahead and install it with the bolts included from the backside. Now our caliper is bolted up. We're going to remove the pad cross pin, install our brake pads in the caliper, put our pin back through.
My name is Jeff.
And she's ready to go. And that's it. When our brakes are installed, we're going to go ahead and install our new brake line. It's going to be vehicle-specific TBM brake line. They are available separate from the brake kits, so this is going to attach to your stock braking point, attach to the caliper, nice stainless steel lines, black Teflon coated. We'll get the rest of the brakes installed, we'll bleed the brakes, and take it for a rip. And as you can see here, this is how these brakes will always turn. Now I know we haven't used these yet, but we can show you, or if you've watched any of our social media, you'll see a lot of us or people spinning your wheels, because when you're done racing, everything is always gonna spin this free. When you're not hitting the brake pedal, the brakes aren't applied, and that's what you want. Okay, so we finished the front brakes and now we're on to the rear. The last couple days, the guys have been dialing in this rear brake kit and the fitment is perfect. As you can see here, the rotor hat, and then you'll see the caliper brackets we have, they aren't plated yet because we have literally just made these. These just came off the machine, and this is a prototype set for this car. The end product will be nickel plated, just like as you saw in the front, but we're gonna go ahead and install these on the rear, test drive this car a little bit later and see how they do. I think my favorite thing about this brake kit is that it's a direct bolt-on. There's no modifications that need to be done to the car. Very, very simple install. Remove the factory brakes or aftermarket brakes, whatever you have on there, and then install our TBM brakes and have lightweight, great brakes.